What is going on, fitness coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives, Make Money on the Trainer podcast. It's your boy, Brian Mark. And in today's episode, I'm going to simplify growing a fitness business for you so that you understand exactly what you need to do in order to grow. Okay. So I'm going to talk if you're a complete beginner, if you're a little bit more advanced, if you're super advanced, and if you are an expert. All right. So let's talk to the complete beginners. First things first, if you are a complete beginner and you're looking to grow your online coaching business, it's very simple. All you need to do is post and document your journey on social media. Too many online fitness coaches get this shit overcomplicated and they're trying to figure out the best way to post content, the best type of content to post, what times to post, etc. Whereas, like, if you're not consistent with your content, none of that shit fucking matters. None of it. And so, the number one thing that you need to focus on if you want to grow an online business is consistency. And beyond consistency, that's when we can start to add things. But if you're just getting started, you have no idea what to post, you have no idea what to do, every fucking day, take a picture of your food, take a video of you working out, do a 6-second video. Doesn't matter. All you need to do is get consistent first. As soon as you get consistent, then we can start to add more things. That is if you're a complete beginner. Just document your journey. If you are a little bit beyond beginner and you've already started posting content and you want to grow your fitness business, let's say $5,000 a month, let me tell you what I think needs to happen every single day. To go from, 1 to 2K to 5K, you kind of have to be doing all of the things all at once. What I mean by all of the things all at once is you have to be focusing on your content creation and make sure that you're bringing in more leads. You have to be focusing on lead generation because people aren't going to come to you when you first get started. You're going to have to go to them. So that means sending out 50 messages a day to people that are following you or engaging with your content. You have to be focusing on booking your sales calls and making sure that you're getting at least one sale call per day. That's the goal. And finally, when you're closing your calls, you need to be closing at 30 to 50% of all of your calls. Minimum 30, goal would be 40 to 50. All right. So you kind of need to be doing all four of those things. How do you do all four of those things as a solopreneur? You need to get good with your time. All right. So you need to time block. You need to have themes for different days. So like Monday, you do your content that's like the main focus. Tuesday, you do your lead generation. That's the main focus. Wednesday, you send out your check-ins and do program updates. Thursday, you're doing client check-ins and like finishing off, like actually doing the check-ins, sending responses. And then Friday, you're doing catch-up work or you're changing the meal plans based off of the check-ins. So those are the themes in the day. And then within each day, you're also going to do a little bit of everything. And so Monday is going to be a little bit of content, a little bit of lead gen, a little bit of serving your clients. And then the main theme of the rest of the day is content. Tuesday is going to be a little bit of content, a little bit of lead gen, a little bit of servicing your clients. And then the rest of the day is going to be lead gen. Wednesday, you're going to do a little bit of content, a little bit of lead gen, a little bit of serving your clients, take a couple sales calls if you need to. And then the rest of the day is spent updating programs. And so we've got the fundamental things that we need to do every single day. And we've also got the themes of the day, and that's how you're going to get everything done. Once you scale past $5,000 a month, if you're at that level, the main thing that you need to focus on is making sure that your content starts to pop and also bringing in more followers with ads. The reason you need to focus on bringing in more followers with ads is if you just focus on bringing in more followers with ads, and that is the primary target, that is the only thing that you are focused on, as well as making sure your content goes viral, you're going to start to solve the audience problem. And the audience problem is very simple. Unless you build an audience of people that are interested in your stuff, you're going to end up speaking to the same people over and over again, which is why most people stay stuck between 5 and 7K a month. It's because you don't have an audience. And because you don't have an audience, you're speaking to the same people over and over and over again. And because you're speaking to the same people over and over and over again, eventually that dies out. Those people are no longer interested. They no longer want to work with you because you're talking to the same fucking audience. And so if you grow your audience by 50 to 100 people per day, every day, and that's your main focus is like growing your audience by 50 to 100 followers a day, which means you have 50 to 100 new conversations to start every single day. Plus, you also have the people that are in your audience that you're nurturing and warming up. You will solve the audience problem. And as soon as you solve the audience problem, you're going to have a different set of problems. I've got too many sales calls, or I've got too many clients, or like I can't keep up with all the leads. Then again, we go back to what we did at the start of your business in the beginning phase, which is you become a really good with your calendar and really good at optimizing your time. Because once you get good at the audience problem and you no longer have to worry about where your clients are coming from, at that point, then you need to get really meticulous with how you're spending your time, spending time doing time blocked hours. So like an hour doing content, hour doing lead gen, hour doing service delivery. You've got a certain amount of time in your day that you're doing sales calls. You've got a certain amount of time in your day that you're doing like the content creation for Mondays. And you just become a absolute master of your time so that you can get more work done in less time. You can become more efficient with the current task at hand. Okay, so this is in regards to getting your business to $5,000 to $10,000 a month. All right, just that by itself will actually get your business closer to $15,000 a month. If we're talking 10 to 15K, besides what we just talked about, it's also installing some sort of marketing strategy where you're doing a 4-day challenge or a 14-day challenge or a magnetic giveaway or a flash sale every couple of weeks so that you always have new leads coming in. So at this stage of your business, $10,000 to $15,000 a month, you've got a marketing calendar that you're sticking to so that you never run out of leads. Now, the stage between $15,000 and $30,000 a month, in my opinion, is the hardest stage of business, and I'll tell you why. It's the hardest stage of business because at this phase, you're full on your client roster, you've got a ton of clients that you're serving, plus your content's hitting, plus you're doing lead gen. Then you need to start hiring people to help you buy back some of your time. And a lot of people get scared of this idea of hiring people to buy back their time because they're like, oh my gosh, that means I need to pay someone. Yes. And in return for paying someone, let's say $20 to $25 an hour for, let's say like 2 to 3 hours a day. Now you get 2 to 3 hours a day back in your calendar and you can spend that time generating more revenue for the business. So if you think about it, you'll get let's say the person's working 10 hours a week for you, which is 40 hours a month. Now you've got 40 extra hours a month to spend on content, lead gen, booking sales calls. So 40 hours a month will cost you $1,000 to hire that person. With the extra 40 hours that you have, if you book even 5 sales calls and you close 3 of them for $1,000, you 3x your money from that investment. Not to mention, you also do not have to do a lot of the fulfillment anymore because all of a sudden, because you're the figure now, you're the face of the business and you've got somebody helping you out on the back end, all the clients that you're signing aren't actually adding more work to your plate because you have somebody to help you out on the back end. So this is a hard phase of business because you have to focus on content, lead gen, sales, serving to your clients, plus also hiring and training somebody. However, on the other side of this transition, when you hire a shadow coach to help you with the back end or an assistant coach, you hire a virtual assistant to help you with lead gen, you hire a community manager to help you with the community. On the other side of this, you're sitting on a $30,000 a month business that has 75% profit margins. So the business is making 33K, you're taking home 22K, 23K. And the best part about that is you actually have free time to do some of the stuff you want to do. So you're only working 6 to 8 hours a day if you want to, and you can just float there and stay that. You can just decide that you want to just do that. And that can be the thing that you do. Now, if you want to grow beyond this stage, and we're talking $30,000 to $50,000 a month, we need to start identifying, at this stage, the numbers in your business become really important. The numbers in your business are what is your total revenue? What's your profit? What's your expenses? How many sales calls are you booking per week? How many of those calls show up? How many of those calls close? How much cash did you collect? What's your average cash collected per sale? Once you know these numbers, and also how many clients do you have? What's your retention rate? What's your churn rate? Once you know these numbers and you identify also the capacity of the people that you're working with, AKA, the coach that you've got on your team, how many clients can they handle before they're overwhelmed? Then we start meticulously solving whatever problem needs to be solved in your business. So from $30,000 to $50,000 a month, it's really about identifying and looking at the numbers and seeing, what actually matters and what's the constraint in the business, and then slowly but surely unlocking the constraints in the business. And $50,000 to $100,000 a month is that on steroids. You basically need to be meticulous with your numbers, understand where the constraint is, and consistently solve the right problem at the right time in the right order in order for your business to grow. And that's it. So it doesn't matter if you're a complete beginner or you are 100% advanced. There is a pathway, there is a blueprint, there is a game plan to help you grow a successful online business. At this point, we worked with over 11,000 coaches. I just checked. It's not 10,000 anymore. It's 11,000 coaches. And if you're interested in growing your online coaching business, you can send me a DM on Instagram that says 10K, and let's have a conversation about your business and see where you're at. Have the best of your entire lives. Love y'all, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.